Right now, Dane County prepares to relaunch a program that has been paused since the start of the pandemic.
Plus, one of the men charged in the brazen downtown Madison homicide is hospitalized. What we know about his condition.
And later, a story you'll only see on News 3 Now, how we can feel the effects of climate change right here in southern Wisconsin. News 3 Now at 6 starts right now. And thanks for joining us. When the pandemic started to take off 2 years ago, the Dane County Jail abruptly halted its Huber or work release program.
Today, the sheriff tells our Naomi Coles they are preparing a relaunch. Naomi joins us from the News Center now with the story. Naomi?
For a long time in Dane County, getting a jail sentence instead of prison has meant you can still keep going to work, sometimes from home, sometimes returning to the jail at night. But during the pandemic, the jail's no longer been an option, something the Dane County Sheriff soon plans to reverse.
We've been waiting for this day when Huber gets back online.
Work release privileges are for a judge to decide and the sheriff to implement. For judges, not having that has left a few cases open dating back to 2019.
Not having that safety valve has been a problem. And I know, at least in my branch, there have been a number of cases that are still pending resolution because the attorneys knew their client would not qualify for jail diversion, and were dependent upon Huber to be able to continue supporting their family.
In normal times, people sentenced to jail often get Huber work release privileges. That means either coming back here to the Ferris Center jail at night or qualifying for the Level Up jail diversion program where they have electric monitoring at home. Since the pandemic, the Ferris Center has been largely silent, keeping inmates from tracking the virus between the jail and community.
It is going to take some adjustment to come back to that. We've had 2 years of not having that program.
Dane County Sheriff Calvin Barrett says his office is now preparing a plan to bring the jail option back safely.
I think it plays a huge role in regards to their warm re-entry. Our ultimate goal and our philosophy here is we want to rehabilitate those that are within our facility. And by doing that, the Huber program allows them to establish employment or continue that employment so that there is a warm re-entry back into the community.
Having it back moves some cases forward.
Those people who have been out in the community working and can't afford to lose those jobs or those opportunities.
And it lets judges use work release sentencing freely.
Some assurance that if a person's qualified to go to their workplace, that they can.
The sheriff says that this has meant some had to stay in jail with no work privileges at all if they didn't qualify for jail diversion. That program has expanded throughout the pandemic, and today the sheriff told me they had a record of 107 currently serving sentences from home on electric monitoring. Since the pandemic, some counties in Wisconsin have discarded Huber entirely in favor of monitoring programs.
Naomi, thank you. One of the men charged in last week's downtown Madison homicide is in the hospital. That is according to the sheriff's department today. In an email to News 3 Now, a spokesperson confirms 25-year-old Amond Galtney has been admitted to a local hospital. There was no additional information about his condition, including when and why he was admitted. He was charged earlier this week with first-degree intentional homicide as a party to a crime and attempting to flee or elude an officer. He and another man were arrested shortly after the shooting that left 32-year-old Dwayne Lee Collins Jr. dead.
Today, Madison Police Chief Sean Barnes says the gun used in that attack was modified to be fully automatic and able to shoot 14 rounds in 1 second. The chief addressing the case again today.
Well, one thing we know that to execute a brazen act like the one we saw just last week, it did require an extreme amount of planning. And so anyone who may have been involved in that, we're going to make sure that those persons are brought to justice too. It's important to know.
Separately, Madison officers also seized 3 illegally owned guns in the past week, part of a crackdown on dangerous driving, weapons offenses, and vehicle thefts throughout the city. Chief Barnes says his department has a renewed focus on enforcing traffic violations and unsafe driving.
To weather now, our streak of wet, dreary weather days continues. On and off showers, but there is some relief in the near future. Let's check your certified most accurate forecast with meteorologist Dana Fulton. Dana?
A little chilly outside early today, but this afternoon did bring us a few pockets of sunshine. Unfortunately, that sun didn't last. The cloud coverage already building back in over Madison. We've had scattered showers popping up, and the light snow has really stayed northwest, closer to La Crosse right now. But as our temperatures drop after sunset, we'll plan on seeing that snow build into more of southern Wisconsin. Even though it's been a very damp day, hasn't led to a lot of accumulation. Everything that came through this morning, pretty light for us at times. 1/4 of an inch north of the Dells, but the rest of southern Wisconsin sitting pretty smooth. Temperature-wise, in the mid to low 40s. We're sitting at about 38, though, in the Dells. Again, that's where that cooler air is, just northwest of Dane County. That's going to continue to build in once we get past sunset. It's also quite breezy outside right now. Wind speeds about 8 to 15 miles per hour coming in from the northwest. Wind gusts at times got close to 30 miles per hour. We're expecting another windy day for tomorrow, another day with some snow mixed into the forecast, and another day with temperatures trending well below average. Overnight, we do drop to the 30s, down to about 32 for overnight lows. Your Friday is going to be cloudy outside and a little on and off snow expected in the morning. The good news this weekend is going to bring some sunshine back to the forecast. We'll take a closer look at what's ahead for Saturday and Sunday in just a few minutes.
Dana, thank you. A plant in Fond du Lac and some neighboring homes were evacuated today after a faulty chemical mixture at the business. Officials say it formed a yellow fog to dissipate from the milk specialties plant. About 90 to 100 employees were evacuated. The exact concentration and type of gas is not known. Fire officials believe it includes some chlorine. Neighbors were also part of that mandatory evacuation. The Wisconsin DNR looking for public comments on the county level antlerless harvest quotas and other key parts of the 2022 deer hunt. According to a news release, the DNR says it welcomes comments from anyone interested in helping shape local deer herd management during the online comment period, which starts on Saturday.
A new interim chancellor at UW-Platteville was announced today. Provost and Vice Chancellor of Academic Affairs Tammy Avetovich will begin the position June 1st. Avetovich replaces Dennis Shields, who is leaving the system. Shields has been the chancellor at UW-Platteville since 2010. 4 Wisconsin residents filed complaints with the Federal Communications Commission over Will Smith's slap of Chris Rock during the Oscars. Smith used profanity after Rock made a joke about his wife. The 227 complaints were obtained through an open records request by Hearst Broadcasting. They were filed by residents across the country. Governor Tony Evers proclaimed next week National Work Zone Awareness Week in Wisconsin. Since 2000, it has marked the start of construction season across the country, promoting road worker safety and cautious driving in work zones. A reminder, state law prohibits texting while driving on any road, and it is also illegal to use a handheld mobile device when you're in a work zone.
A couple big stories tonight from Washington. An historic vote, the Senate confirming Ketanji Brown Jackson to the United States Supreme Court, making her the first black female justice in the history of the nation's highest court.
On this vote, the yeas are 53, the nays are 47, and this nomination is confirmed.
That, of course, Vice President Kamala Harris presiding over the vote. Jackson, a 51-year-old appeals court judge, was confirmed 53-47. The vote mostly along party lines, but there were 3 Republican voters who voted yes. Those were Senators Susan Collins, Lisa Murkowski, and Mitt Romney. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has tested positive for COVID a day after appearing at a White House event with the president. Her spokesperson says Speaker Pelosi received a positive test result today and is currently asymptomatic. She said she had a negative test earlier this week. And still ahead tonight, a couple of statewide tornado drills today. If you live in Dane County, why you may not have heard it.
And also, it may not seem like it now, but spring and summer are on the way. We'll tell you when the Union Terrace chairs will be returning, coming up next.
Dylan, how's the cash situation with all the price increases?
Honestly, not that great.
Well, Slumberland can help. It's our biggest finance sales event of the year. Get this sectional for just $20 a month when you spend $1,200 and pay no interest for 5 years.
There are so many things we take for granted, and along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for granted too. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living? And through no fault of their own, they're being left behind. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy, water, and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
How do you use your energy? Giving back to your community? Fueling your drive to deliver hope for neighbors in need? At Alliant Energy, we're creating more clean, renewable energy every single day to power what matters to you. Because even during the most powerful moments in our lives, we're not thinking about power. We're thinking about a brighter future. Alliant Energy, powering beyond.
He's turned on working families again. Ron Johnson said no to bringing new jobs to Wisconsin. Now he's supporting the Republican plan that phases out Social Security and Medicare and increases taxes on middle-class families.
Time for Democrat Alex Lasry. Lasry says let's get more money into working people's pockets and cut their taxes. No wonder so many unions say Alex Lasry is the strongest Democrat to beat Ron Johnson.
I'm Alex Lasry, and I approve this message.
Oh, my back.
Hey, Dylan, need a mattress? Well, luckily, Slumberland has a big Sealy sale. Look what you can get for $20 a month. A Sealy Posturepedic mattress and a power base. And you'll pay no interest for 5 years at Slumberland Furniture.
You are watching News 3 Now at 6.
Wisconsin Emergency Management and the National Weather Service teaming up for a pair of tornado drills across Wisconsin today. Kind of loud. At 1:45 and 6:45. In Dane County, however, they did not go off. Now, Emergency Management says that was planned, adding everything from today's test went just fine. And during these tests, everyone is encouraged to take the time to prepare and take part. Tornadoes aren't unusual, of course. 23 happen on average each year across Wisconsin, but 41 touched down last year alone. And coming up in a little bit, meteorologist Dana Fulton will let us know how climate change is impacting severe weather here in the Midwest.
Well, an art exhibit all about Peeps, those springtime marshmallow confections, has returned in Racine.
It's the 13th annual International Peeps exhibition. Some of the art here might be made out of food, but you don't want to eat it. These Peeps have been painted and glued. However, that doesn't stop hungry visitors from trying them.
Every now and then we'll come in and we'll find a Peep is missing, and we know somebody's either taken it or chomped on it.
There are 162 entries to the gallery in competition this year. It'll run through April 23rd. The art must be made out of Peeps or about Peeps, so it can be, you know, like this diorama or painting of Peeps here, and the winners get the golden Peep. Check it out. A new report card from the UW Population Health Institute shows Wisconsin ranks in the middle of the pack when it comes to overall health, but adjustments for healthcare disparities drag the state's grades even lower. In the report released today, Wisconsin received a C grade. That's based on length and quality of life. For a closer look at that data, you can check out the full story at channel3000.com. And a sign the seasons are changing. Well, we hope they're changing. Wisconsin Memorial Union says its iconic green, yellow, and orange sunburst chairs will return to the terrace beginning next Wednesday. That's April 13th. Reopening dates for the brat stand and the barbecue stand on the terrace have not yet been announced. And still ahead at 6, opening day for Major League Baseball. The Brewers in Chicago taking on the Cubs, and one of the highlights in sports.
But first, it's the last segment of our Severe Weather Awareness Week series, how climate change is impacting us here in Wisconsin. And Dana Fulton will rejoin us and let us know when we'll get a break from the on and off rain when we come back.
Look what $99 a month buys at Ashley. We're offering entire room groups for as little as $99 a month. Discounts start at 30% and up to 65% off store-wide. Plus 60 months special financing with no money down. It's only for a limited time, and it's only at Ashley.
For decades, Washington politicians have promised to lower the cost of prescription drugs. But every year the prices go up. Why? Because Republicans like Ron Johnson, and let's be honest, too many Democrats don't have the guts to stand up to the pharmaceutical companies. I'm Sarah Godlewski, and I will. I want to bring practical solutions to Washington. That's what I've done as state treasurer. I'm Sarah Godlewski, and the big drug companies may not approve this message, but I do.
It's the Buy More, Save More sale at Steinhafels. Sofas, mattresses, bedrooms, dining rooms, and more. The more you buy, the more you save. Start with 35% off store-wide, and then take an extra $100, $200, or $300 off. And with Steinhafels special financing, you're going to save even more. Refresh your room and save during Steinhafels Buy More, Save More sale. Relax, it's Steinhafels.
Don't get stuck with internet and TV that costs more and does less. Set yourself free with Spectrum and get it all from one provider. Get Spectrum Internet with enough speed for all your devices all at once with speeds of 200 megabits.
Whoa, that's fast.
Plus, get a free modem and free desktop security to keep you safe online. Get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month. Call 833-605-4999. And don't get stuck with the same old TV. Multiply your screens. Spectrum TV with a free Spectrum TV app lets you watch here, there, and everywhere. Stream live TV, sports, news, and more on any device. Plus, access up to 85,000 on-demand titles. Get Spectrum TV from $49.99 a month. Call 833-605-4999. Don't get stuck paying more for less. Pick and choose the services you need. Spectrum Internet or TV, or get them both for $49.99 a month each. All with no contracts. Call 833-605-4999.
Look what $99 a month buys at Ashley. Save up to $1,000 instantly on Doorbuster mattresses. Get Tempur-Pedic or Purple mattresses for $1 a day. 60-month special financing with no money down. Only at Ashley.
You are watching News 3 Now at 6.
Welcome back, everyone. It has been a dangerous couple of days for people living in parts of the south and southeast. Dozens of tornadoes touched down over the past 2 days, and they're responsible for at least 3 deaths. Now, thousands of residents remain without power in Alabama, Mississippi, and South Carolina.
And according to AccuWeather, the National Hurricane Center is also considering moving up hurricane season now by about 2 weeks, from June 1st to May 15th. Now, the reason being the trend over the past several years of storms forming much earlier than the official start of hurricane season. And we look to the future as we conclude our Severe Weather Awareness Week coverage tonight.
Meteorologist Dana Fulton has a closer look at the impact climate change has on severe weather here in Wisconsin.
It's changing the ground rules on us.
Deke Art is the chair of the National Climate Extremes Committee. Decades of files and documents, he has access to it all. For him, the trend is clear. Our climate is changing. While some weather extremes, such as cloud cover or dew points, are difficult to track through the years, 2 of them are fairly simple and give us a good look at the change. One, rain, specifically heavy rain.
And it's getting bigger in 2 ways. The big events themselves are getting bigger. So today's 50-year rainfall event is bigger than it was, a few decades ago. And then the other way, and this is important, the other way big rain is getting bigger is as we move into a warmer world, the amount the annual rainfall budget is coming more and more in the form of these big events. So the overall rain that we get in a given year is being delivered more and more from the big events and a little bit less from the medium and small events.
Trend number 2, temperatures, global warming. Flooding and heat waves are their own forms of severe weather events, but moisture and temperatures are also incredibly important variables for severe thunderstorms and tornadoes.
The problem with all of these variables is, well, the variability. With climate change impacting each individual thing, it's difficult to create a crystal clear picture of what the future looks like. However, scientists are certain these changes will lead to bigger, more impactful events.
We have sort of a Goldilocks problem. We have a balancing problem taking place that, will the ones that increase be more important than the ones that decrease as we go into the future?
Harold Brooks is a senior scientist at the National Severe Storms Laboratory. One of his concerns is the growing trend of high-impact severe weather days.
We go back to the 1970s, approximately 150 days per year, we saw at least one F1 or stronger tornado in the United States. Now that's about 100 days. So we have a lot fewer days with at least one. But on the other side, we have a lot more days with a lot of tornadoes.
A changing climate impacting our forecasts and making it even more important for you to be severe weather aware.
The reality is it's changing, and it has consequences.
Those 2 are 2 of the brightest meteorologists I've ever had the ability to speak with. They're wonderful guys and very concerned, again, as the numbers come in and the picture that they're putting together, because you can have your own opinions, but numbers don't lie. Right, yeah. And when the data is put out in front of you, these things are trending in a direction that is putting more of a risk, unfortunately, to life and property. And looking ahead, Bill Nye, the Science Guy, is coming to the Kohl Center on April 25th. Another brilliant scientist. He will host a free talk and Q&A focused on climate change and sustainability. The event is open to anyone, even those with no affiliation to UW. You do need to register for this ahead of time, though. And thankfully, right now,
I'm just talking about rain showers for our current forecast. We're not looking at any strong weather building in, at least in the immediate future through the weekend. It is going to be a little soggy, a little damp outside, though, still, at least for the next about 24 hours. We have the chance for showers continuing through the rest of this evening. Some light snow expected to build in for us tonight into tomorrow morning. The ground's still pretty warm, so we're not concerned about that sticking, but it will keep things a little damp for Friday. Friday and Saturday, temperatures stay below average. It's chilly outside for both days. And then as we look ahead to next week, it will be mild with highs in the 60s for the start of your work week. Rain showers moving through right now. We had some pockets of sunshine this afternoon, but now that cloud coverage building in. This rotation just bringing in, again, a few light showers at a time. It's not a total washout, just keeping things pretty damp outside. North of the Dells, we saw accumulations of about 1/4 of an inch over the last 24 hours, but everything that we've had so far for most of our area, landing under that. It's just been a little misty outside. This system rotating right over Green Bay. It's going to continue to travel off to the east, dragging in a few more showers, some light snow for us tomorrow. Behind that, high pressure builds in and keeps things dry outside for Saturday and for Sunday. Once we get past sunset, temperatures dropping down through the 30s. Overnight lows will be in the low 30s. And because of this, we'll start the day off tomorrow again with that light snow swirling around. It is going to be a bit breezy outside, though, so visibility could be reduced at times with that snow falling from the sky. Not too concerned again about that being a major impact, but something to keep in mind for tomorrow morning. Could be brief moments of reduced visibility. Light flurries expected in the afternoon. This wraps up overnight Friday. Saturday morning, the cloud coverage might hang on for a little bit before it finally clears off to the east, and we have sunshine coming through later in the afternoon. Temperatures on Saturday will be in the 40s. Overall, with that light rain and snow we're expecting for tonight and throughout the day on Friday, still landing under 1/10 of an inch, so it's not a lot of accumulation. It's just keeping things damp. Temperatures tomorrow will be in the upper 30s. Breezy outside, wind speeds about 10 to 20 miles per hour. We have the snow coming through, and it's also a little cold. This time of year, we should be in the low 50s. We have high temperatures in the upper 30s for Friday, and the mid-40s on Saturday, then finally closer to average on Sunday. With sunshine expected Sunday morning, skies will become mostly cloudy in the afternoon. Next week, it looks like a bit of a soggy, stormy start to the week. Temperatures will be in the 60s for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, but that does come along with a chance for scattered showers and some isolated thunderstorms mixed in there for the start of the work week.
And coming up in sports, it was a good 7th inning for the Brewers, but an even better one for the Cubs. How a 2 RBI double handed the Crew an opening day loss. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Stock up during the Hy-Vee brand sale this Friday through Sunday. Earn a 1-cent fuel saver on every Hy-Vee product. That's a 1-cent fuel saver on Hy-Vee products this Friday through Sunday. Scan the QR code or check out HyVeeDeals.com for more deals.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is coming this weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison. Rows and rows of spas, hot tubs, and swim spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison.
When you need a paint to fit your lifestyle, Menards has got you covered. From protecting against this or covering this to refinishing this, we have a paint for you. You also need it in this color or even this color. We can do that. Stop in and talk to one of our paint professionals to make your colors come to life. Pick up a gallon of Pittsburgh Grand Distinction exterior flat paint for only $28.98 after sale price and 11% rebate.
There are so many things we take for granted, and along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for granted too. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living? And through no fault of their own, they're being left behind. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy, water, and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
How do you use your energy? Fueling your drive to deliver hope for neighbors in need? At Alliant Energy, we're creating more clean, renewable energy every single day to power what matters to you. Alliant Energy, powering beyond.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is coming this weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison. Rows and rows of spas, hot tubs, and swim spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison.
Stock up during the Hy-Vee brand sale this Friday through Sunday. Earn a 1-cent fuel saver on every Hy-Vee product. That's a 1-cent fuel saver on Hy-Vee products this Friday through Sunday. Scan the QR code or check out HyVeeDeals.com for more deals.
Friday morning, explore the wonders of science in the 608. Josh previews a weekend of free interactive fun for the whole family at the UW Science Expedition.
And I'm tracking more rain and snow for your Friday. Join us tomorrow morning from 4:30 to 7.
Baseball is officially back, and the expectations for the Brewers are sky high. It isn't just win the division and get into the playoffs anymore. It's go deep into the postseason and be a World Series contender. Cold and windy opening day at Wrigley. 7th inning, Brewers down a run. Christian Yelich flies out to left, but he hit it deep enough for Colton Wong to tag and score to tie the game up. But the tie wouldn't last long. Bottom half of the inning, Ian Happ bounces one off the wall in center to bring home 2. Brew Crew just 1 for 10 with runners in scoring position. They fall 5-4, and nobody but Gary is happy today. The Wisconsin softball team will have to wait a day to start their weekend series against Illinois. Friday's game is moved to a Saturday doubleheader starting at 1 o'clock because of rain and possibly snow in the forecast tomorrow in Champaign. UW has won 9 of their last 10 games. All eyes have been on Graham Mertz since he stepped foot on campus, but this year is probably his most important year for him under center. It's year 3 as Wisconsin's starting quarterback, and it's time for him to be the guy for the Badgers. Mertz is coming off an up-and-down year. Turnovers were up, touchdowns were down, and since the Las Vegas Bowl ended, it's been a lot of film study because nobody wants to succeed more than number 5 himself.
Graham wants to be great in terms of like his approach, professional approach, you know, his work ethic, and just really trying to own the offense and own his leadership role in the offense.
Having that open mind and knowing that I haven't even come close to where I want to be as a quarterback, and how do you attack that every day? And for me, it was, and me watching with Coach Chris, watching with Bobby, watching it with Keller, I mean, watching on my own, you get something new every single time you watch.
With 2 games left in the regular season, the Suns have let Frank Kaminsky go. The former Badger has played in just 9 games this season because of a stress reaction in his right knee. 3 years in Phoenix, Kaminsky averaged 8 points and 4 rebounds per game. And the first round of the Masters is just wrapping up, and Tiger Woods finished the day in red. The 5-time Green Jacket winner carded 3 birdies and 2 bogeys to shoot a 1-under-71. He's currently 4 shots back. We'll have highlights of his round tonight at 10. Pretty remarkable.
It's unreal. Just amazing he can walk that course, given what he's been through. Let's go to Dana, final check.
We're expecting some light snow showers for tomorrow morning. Temperatures will be cold in the upper 30s. For Saturday, we're back to sunshine in the afternoon, but highs in the mid-40s. Sunday, we're closer to average in the 50s. And next week, it's going to be a little soggy and a little stormy in the 60s for the start of the work week. It does look like Friday and Saturday will be dry, but there is a chance for rain right now on Easter Sunday.
All right, Dana, thank you. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Have a good evening, everybody. Hope to see you back here tonight at 10.